What's goody? It's your host Jay Rose as always, and the Knicks have beaten the Pistons, so we got the next lineup, the next series already in the works. We got New York versus Boston, and I don't know how New York wins this series. I really don't. My confidence level in New York before the season started, all the way up here. I thought that was a legit championship contender. I saw how they played last year. Their offense got better, and they have Mikal Bridges now. They have OG again, Josh Hart again. Really bolstered that defense around two guys who don't play defense in Cat and Jalen Brunson. But I don't know, man. After watching the Knicks the whole season, I feel like they were underwhelming, even though they are the third seed. Everybody knows the 0-16 against teams that are better than you with better records is crazy. Going 0-16, you didn't win once. I want you to really understand how crazy that is, that you did not win one time. Once. Do you know how fluky basketball is? You can be the best team ever, and you can lose to a team that's complete garbage because they had a hot night. And the Knicks did not get one of those 16 games. They didn't go 1 for 15, 2 for 14, 0-16 against teams that have a higher seed than them. And the Celtics are the best team in the league right now. Even with injuries, seeing how they played the Magic, a team with a crazy defense, dismantled them. Magic only got one game, and it took Paolo and Franz both going Superman mode to get that game. Now, I'm looking at this series, and I don't really know how y'all get that done. You have to contain Jason Tatum and hope he doesn't really do much to you. That 5-wide offense is going to absolutely incinerate your defense, especially with Cat's foot speed and Jalen Brunson having to guards. Derek White is no slouch on offense. He's not. I think Derek White is still one of the most underrated players in the NBA, and I think JB can have problems with that. Also on that note, they're going to try to force that switch with JT and Jaylen Brown onto Jalen Brunson constantly. The same thing that I bring up for Cleveland and why I think Cleveland can't beat the Boston Celtics is the same reason why I think the Knicks won't. Those switches are going to be lethal. Karl Anthony Towns is not guarding those guys on the perimeter. Jalen Brunson is not guarding those guys on the perimeter. They do have good perimeter defenders, but that has proven to not really mean anything throughout the entire season. It hasn't. I'm even watching them play against Detroit, and it just feels like your offense is not as great as we thought it was going to be. It's still taking Jalen Brunson getting 30 plus points for you to pull out a series against the Pistons, and that's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. They're in the same spot right now that they were in last year when their whole roster was pretty much injured in the playoffs. Indiana versus New York, and then Philadelphia versus New York. Those teams might have been better than the Knicks right now. With Ihart and Dante DiVincenzo, Randall wasn't even playing. And I really feel like this trade, in hindsight, is not great. I was talking about this to my cousin because he's a Knicks fan, and I just feel like one of these three things should not have happened. OG Anunoby has the biggest contract on the Knicks right now, and I understand the value of OG Anunoby, but at the end of the day, he's not a superstar to be getting paid that kind of money. Would he have gone somewhere else and probably still gotten the contract? Maybe, but that's a huge contract. Like I said, I understand how good OG has been for this team and what he means to this team and the defensive repertoire he brings and the shooting he brings and the fact that if he's hot, they can possibly beat any team in the league. But that's a fat contract, especially when you went and you got Karl Anthony Towns. Now you bring Karl Anthony Towns and you give up Randall, you give up DiVincenzo. That's depth right there. That's depth you gave up. You don't have those guys anymore. Obviously, Julius, he didn't even play in that playoff series. He was hurt. And watching him play on the T-Wolves, he looks awesome. He looks awesome. And I'm just looking at this like, well, damn, like I'm not to say Cat's not playing well, but I think overall from a team perspective, I don't know if getting Cat was the right decision, especially since you paid OG all this money. You did not re-sign Isaiah Hartenstein. You got rid of Dante DiVincenzo. You got rid of Julius Randle. Then you trade for Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, you give up, 4 first-round picks and pretty much the rest of your depth. And the only guys you have off the bench now are Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson recently because he was hurt the whole season. I just feel like if you had a roster, JB, and keep one move. Or you keep Cat, and you got to keep some depth, and you got to keep some picks. The Knicks are in a bad spot right now. I think the Knicks are good enough to beat teams that are worse than them. I don't know if they're good enough to beat teams that are better than them. And they've proven that they're not in the regular season. I'm not going to fully count them out. None of that regular season stuff truly matters once you get to the playoffs. But it is a big sample size to see how your team matches up against the other teams in the NBA. And you went from going against the Pistons, who had a crazy turnaround year. This was like the first time they've gotten a playoff win since I was like 4 years old. I'm not super impressed with that win. Was it a great series? Yes. Was it gritty? Yes. You should not have been in such close competition with the Pistons. I knew that it was going to be a close series because of how the season went, but with the expectations that we had before the season started, and even with you being the 3rd seed in the East, I don't feel like you should have to battle and damn near go to game 7 with Detroit. That didn't make me confident that you can beat a team that has better shooting, better defense. Matter of fact, the Celtics do everything better than the Pistons, more or less, besides maybe rebounding. That's a crazy defensive team. Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday's injured, and their defense is still crazy. That's another team with elite shooting. Even if they're cold, they still find ways to hit shots. Derek White hits shots. Jrue Holiday hits shots. JT hits shots. Kristaps Porzingis hits shots. Peyton Pritchard hits shots. Sam Hauser hits shots. There's a lot of guys on it. Al Horford hits shots. There's a lot of guys on this team that can shoot. You didn't have this issue with Detroit. You had Jalen Duren, who, although I love Jalen Duren, he's super nice. Kristaps is better offensively, more diverse offensively. And I've seen that Kristaps, especially in this system, is just as good, if not better, defensively. So now you're in a spot where 4 out of 5, and if everybody's healthy, 5 out of 5 guys can play great defense. If everybody's healthy, 5 out of 5 guys can stretch the floor out, hit threes. If everybody's healthy, all 5 guys can slash to the rim. It's looking slow. It's looking slow when you just faced a team that looks significantly worse when you can shut down their best player. True. When you got to force Cade into doubles and make him create and really have to go through it as that guy on that team, and this is his first playoff action, you're going against a team that just won a championship. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. If it's taking Jalen Brunson 40 balls to win against the Pistons and your offense is going through droughts against the Pistons, how's it going to look against this team? And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, but the Knicks are playing so gritty and that was such a down in the dirt series. Did you watch the Celtics series? The Magic did not care. The Magic were like, regardless of what happens, we're going to make sure you feel us. Jason Tatum got hammered. Jaylen Brown got hammered. Did y'all see Kristaps' forehead? That giant gash on his forehead, whole face bleeding? Did y'all see that? I don't think that they care about any physicality. Their coach is a crackhead. Jason Tatum literally got injured. And Joe Mazzulla is on the sideline like, get up! Get up! And y'all think they care about some physicality? I think New York has holes on their team offensively and defensively. They have holes in their depth, which the Celtics do not have. Their depth is actually very, very good. They have 3 centers that they can play. They have a bunch of guards that they can play. They mix and match because they have so many good players. They can mix and match and stagger minutes perfectly against the Knicks team whose best players are immediately playing 40 minutes a game. Jalen Brunson is playing 40 minutes a game. Easy. Josh Hart, 40 minutes a game. Easy. OG, he's a little more injury prone, so he might play a little less. Cat, he's probably going to have to play 40 minutes. Easy. And that's simply because you don't have anybody. You don't have a Dante DiVincenzo to bring in. They don't trust Precious Achiuwa. I'm trying to even think of guys on their bench right now. Like Landry Shamet, like it's not great. So that being said, I love New York. It's my hometown, you know what I mean? I'm not a Knicks fan, but you know, I'm close to it. You know what I mean? Like that if besides the team I actually root for, the Knicks are right there in terms of me rooting for teams. I love Jalen Brunson. I love Josh Hart. Not a big Karl Anthony Towns guy, but I still enjoy watching this team, but I just don't see it. I feel like the Celtics probably easily dispatch of this team. I can see it going 6. If it gets past 6, that's crazy. I can see the Knicks getting 2 games, but I can't see them winning 4. I need to see them win 1 first, because they didn't beat the Celtics once in the regular season and all the times that they met. I feel like I'm very justified in not being confident in the Knicks. I feel like most people are not that confident in the Knicks, actually. And, hopefully we get an upset, though. I want the Celtics to lose desperately. I will not be rooting for the Celtics at any point during this postseason run, and I will only feel satisfied now that my guy is gone. My team didn't make it, and my guy is gone. So I'm cool with whoever wins, as long as it's not the Celtics. I'm hate watching. I don't care. If you like this video, like this video. If you did not, press the sub button because you will enjoy the next one, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.